is the form of the snake too. You see the snake? That's all the dragon is. It's a snake with wings. That's all it is. Now, the dragon is a creation of the Europeans that was a takeoff from the Naga snake of China, which was the black civilization of China. And she was a goddess, a beautiful goddess. But they took this snake, created the dragon by putting wings on it, and gave it the ability to blow fire to make it a European predator. And so that the sirs of England could actually have an animal that could be a foe or some type of villain that was of an adverse type of nature, so you can have a knight or a slayer of adversity. And they took this from ancient Kemetic teaching. The ancient Kemetic teachings would talk of that aspect around the crocodile of the Nile River, or the hippopotamus that was very aggressive to bathers in the water and things like that. So they always showed the rulers of the throne combating these natural threats as being symbolic to your everyday need to be able to combat adversities and successfully overcome all the obstacles in your life. Well, the Europeans, after plagiarizing everything else that they saw in Africa, needed a natural villain animal type of entity to go along with their story in Europe, and they didn't have one because the only thing that was there was the wolf. Because of the weather, nothing can really grow there to become as abundantly threatening as crocodiles and hippopotamus were all over the Nile River. But since they needed something in Europe to be synonymous with the threat that the crocodile and the hippopotamus came with the Nile Valley area, distilling of the story needed that you had to invent something that was not there in their land of Europe, and that's where the dragon came from. And the fire was implemented in the dragon to be the remedy for the cold temperatures. Otherwise, we know a reptile could not live in Europe in the winter, and Europe is full of winter more than summer down there. So this is the reason they had to give it the fire. And as you can see here in the chest area is the red as a representation of the fire. Because the wing part, to me, is a bit much. I don't understand that being a part of the culture that was probably here and indigenous here, but I don't know because I haven't studied this. But I know when I see wings on reptiles, it's mostly European. They are the ones synonymous with dragons that fly. That's what I mean, the ones that fly. Now, a snake doesn't fly, so it's not called a dragon. It'll just be called a snake. Now, when you get back to snakes, we're talking about serpent power. And when we start talking about serpent power, we're talking about resurrection, and we're talking about sunlight information that's coming to people. Okay? All right, let's see what we have next. Okay, we know what that is, a beautiful bird. I don't know what type of bird or any of that, but I can see the beautiful red in the chest that's synonymous with fire. We know that. You know what I mean? I'm sure of that. Okay, that's the Quetzalcoatl right there. Finally, I can see the word. Okay, now, this Quetzalcoatl is the ancient god of Mesoamerica, as well as all the way up to North America, and down as far as Central America, South America. I don't care what no one says. This god right here was a very huge god here in this land over here before the arrival of the European. You can find this god. I thought that was the one that I saw back there, but I've never saw it displayed this way. I'm sure there's many ways that it's displayed, but this is not the one that I'm common with. I see similarities in it, but I didn't want to make myself look stupid by saying I was sure. And if I wasn't sure, I just wasn't. But now I see that, like I thought back there, it is the god Quetzalcoatl. And the way it's spelled is Quetzalcoatl. And this god Quetzalcoatl is the god that is synonymous with the god Nebertcher. The god Nebertcher and the god Quetzalcoatl will both be considered as deities that go under the title of that which encompasses all, which means that these are male representations of God deities under supreme goddess energy. Because that is the only way you can be that which encompasses all, is that you be the outer placenta or something, or the outer perimeter or something. And anything that house and sustain any type of existence in this universe is feminine. That is a universal principle that has been removed from our knowledge of educating, but it needs to be returned nonetheless. This again, the god Quetzalcoatl and the god Nebertcher. What we're looking at is this is a representation of all things in life. You can see zoomorphic characteristics in there like teeth, a tongue, okay, there's a hook. You always see things in there that's just synonymous with life. There's a bird right there. All zoomorphic, just like the people of the Nile Valley. I won't be able to explain this stuff because I just won't be able to. It's similar to Nile Valley stuff, but it's not Nile Valley stuff. See, that's what I was saying. I thought that was the Quetzalcoatl, and yeah, I was right. But I just didn't want to take a chance on that. We all know what that is. This is some ancient art. Someone did a real good job of making a human skull out of a mosaic. That's damn good, isn't it? And of course, these are the ancient Tamohacan people, is what I would want to call them. The Tamohacan. Because they were the people that were the first people that came to this planet. Well, I'm not even going to say that. The first people that came to this planet, but these are some very, you know what, I'm not going to tell you guys too much stuff, but I want you to know something. These are fire people. These people right here was very close to the sun. They had really good sun connection. I don't want to lose you guys, but I'm going to tell you something. It's speculated that these people right here flew away from this planet in those starships that we see flying around right now. The ancestors of us, melanated people, are so consciously powerful that we can actually manifest things and come in and out of blackness like you would never believe. And that's exactly what these lights are. They are manifestations of energy. And that's what I want everyone to try to get a grasp or understanding what consciousness is. Consciousness is nothing but coagulations of thought energies that is just waiting for the opportunity for the materialism to show up so they could coagulate or manifest. So if you put something in your subconsciousness and you think about it long enough, eventually you will get the materials by you not even voluntarily wanting to do it. But since you keep thinking about this happening, it will happen. And it'll happen so easy for you that putting the materials together will be real easy for you to do, because the universe will show you just how to do it if you are in tune with your universe the way you should be. Nothing you should think about should you not be able to manifest. So as a man thinketh, so is he. But it shouldn't be that way. It should be everyone, because that works for a woman too. So all that so as a man thinketh should be eradicated. It says it should go like, if a person thinks that they can do something, if they really want to do it, they should be able to do it. Otherwise, they would never get a thought in their mind that they can. Again, we saw this beautiful city. And this right here will be the same type of thing. You see, that one back here, this is a drawing right here. That's a sketch. Here's the actual city. See, look, you see those towers on top? You see the hill bunker up there with one up there like that? You see the steps, how I come up into there? Now see this grass that's all grown in there and stuff right now, and then you can see trees back here. Well, back in the day before all this stuff took over and spread it like that, this little area right here that's still visible used to be all of that back there. See, the trees is back here now. They haven't overgrown everything. But you can see there's the steps and there's definitely the layers. See how there's a layer and a little hut on top? See? Layers and a little hut on top. See? So that's what we're looking at right there, okay? Alright, let's move on. Okay, we saw that. We saw that. We saw that. We saw that. Okay, this I don't know about. That looked to me like it shouldn't even be in here in America. That looked like it'd be looking good somewhere off the Mediterranean or Rome. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? Do you feel me?